Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to BTM, to the Basketball Time Machine, your favorite NBA old school show on YouTube. Back in the early 1990s, there was no question who was Mr. Crossover, and that had to be Tim Hardaway, one of the flashiest point guards to ever play the game. But then when Allen Iverson showed up, everything changed. He was not only the new Mr. Crossover, but also turned into one of the best players who ever played the game, no doubt. So in this video, we're going to take a look at some things you might not know about Allen Iverson. But before we start with this video, if you like this video, subscribe, and I would say, let's go. Number 1, Allen Iverson's record-breaking Rookie of the Year run. A lot of people remember Allen Iverson for his crazy moves, his killer crossover, and his swagger. So far, so good. However, many people forget that Allen Iverson was one of the most dominating rookies of all time, period. Many NBA fans don't even know that he had a string of 5 40-plus games in his rookie season, not only securing the Rookie of the Year trophy, but also breaking Wilt Chamberlain's record.
This season, there have been several standouts in the race for the Schick Rookie of the Year award. But recently, one phenomenal first-year player has risen above the rest.
Iverson beats one, beats two. Hangs and hammers home! Oh, did you see the youngster?
Allen Iverson's unforgettable week began in Chicago, where he took his first step towards breaking the NBA record for consecutive 40-point games by a rookie.
Tough shot, and he hit it! What a shot by Allen Iverson! And Allen Iverson begins the week with a career-high 44.
2 days later, the Sixers returned home, where Allen's outburst continued against Atlanta.
Iverson, strong to the cup, gets 2 more.
On this night, Iverson would soar higher than any hawk.
So 2 straight 40 or more for Iverson.
You know, like I said, he brings excitement, quickness, and a great offensive threat to the game. And the other teams got to react to that and try to stop him.
But the Bucks couldn't stop him either, as he tied his career high with 44 points, as well as the rookie record for consecutive 40-point games.
Iverson burns Curry, yes, and a foul. And there it is, Allen Iverson with 40 or more in each of his last 3.
Finally, in a loss to Cleveland, Iverson scored a new personal best, 50 points, as he shot his way into the history books.
Allen fakes the pass and finishes it off. Iverson for the record, yes, and there it is! Allen Iverson, 4 straight with 40 or more, breaking the Wilt Chamberlain standard that had stood for 37 years.
Number 2, Allen Iverson was one of the most influential players of all time. Not only was Allen Iverson incredibly influential in terms of his game, but his personal style was also replicated by many. It has been said that Iverson was the one who brought hip-hop style to the NBA in the 2000s, wearing baggy shorts, headband, sleeves, sweatbands, and of course his trademark cornrows. Many of today's superstars claim that Allen Iverson was the most influential players in their career.
Black Sports Online. Steph, I noticed that you ditched the sleeve for this game. I thought it looked pretty good fashion-wise on you, but what was kind of the decision behind that? Is your elbow feeling better?
Low-key, I've always wanted to be like Allen Iverson. That was the only way I could really come close.
When everybody started looking like I looked, that's when I realized that I was a trendsetter. When I started seeing guys wear the do-rag and hats and the jerseys and stuff like that, you know, and the sleeve and getting the cornrows, and then everybody flooding themselves with tattoos, stuff like that, you know, I sat back and, man, that's cool, you know what I mean? Like, everybody is trying to look like themselves, but look like you.
If you think about it, Allen Iverson has to be one of the most influential players who ever played the game. Not only cultural-wise and clothing-wise and everything, but also from a style of play. Number 3, Allen Iverson and Tim Hardaway actually had a feud. As I already mentioned earlier in this video, Tim Hardaway was Mr. Crossover in the late 1980s and the early 1990s. So when Allen Iverson came up with his version of the killer crossover, and suddenly the media attention drifted over to Iverson, it didn't sit too well with Tim Hardaway. And over the years, it got worse and worse. Let's have a look.
Came out there, I was going to put my move to the test.
Iverson draws Jordan out.
I got the moves. I got the moves. I'm making moves. You gotta move. You gotta move.
You try to pick and choose which direction you want to send him at. His quickness is unbelievable.
It had to be real if it worked on the best player that ever played the game. So So that made me feel good.
So good. NBA.com sat down with Pistons assistant coach Tim Hardaway to talk about him possibly getting into the Hall of Fame, and he wanted everybody to know he was the player who had the original killer crossover, not AI, saying this. I'm going to tell you this, and I tell everybody this. Allen Iverson carried the basketball. I had the original killer crossover, and people are doing my move. They're not doing Allen Iverson's move. That's the way it is. I brought a unique style to the game.
What's the better crossover then?
I would say me and Kobe. A crossover is just coming down. Like you gonna go one way and then come back another way, like Isaiah used to do it, like Magic used to do, and and it's just easy and it's fundamental. Kobe and Iverson's dribble is a carry, and that's why they call him.
You know, it's kind of funny, back in the 1990s when internet wasn't around as it is today, you were expecting that Iverson and Hardaway should have had some sort of beef, but you wouldn't know because where you want to know it from. But now in the modern day, getting all this kind of information is pretty cool. Number 4, Allen Iverson received some of the worst technical foul calls in NBA history. It is no secret that the NBA and the referees have their favorite players. Apparently, Allen Iverson never was one of their favorites. If you look back on the long career of Allen Iverson, you will see that he received some of the worst calls ever, which is kind of crazy because usually NBA superstars kind of have that superstar bonus. Well, not Allen Iverson.
Now back to the basket, bumps in on Van Horn, kicks now to Williamson. He's lost it and drew the foul. Technical foul has been called. It's on Philadelphia. It's on Iverson.
Oh, these guys want to get out and run. And again, the game is being called tight. Well, here's that call that went against Monty Williams and Iverson that got them the tee. Technical foul. Hands. Slide. Push. Technical foul. Iverson. Allen, put up with a lot more than that. Listen to me. It wasn't your play, and you went from there to there and brought the crowd down. You're not going to do it. Crowd down. Crowd? Yeah, these people here understand. About them instead of refereeing the game? My job is to referee the game. All right, so what you worried about the crowd? Allen, that's because you're not going to do that. Play the game yourself. You let people get it away. Allen, the conversation is over.
Number 5, Allen Iverson only lasted 3 games on the Memphis Grizzlies. In the 2009-2010 season, Allen Iverson was in the fall of his career. Still at the age of 33, we've seen plenty of Hall of Famers who still put up good numbers and performed on a high level. Allen Iverson still felt that he was good to go and one of the better players in the league. But when he landed on the Memphis Grizzlies, the early hype turned into something else. Both the Memphis Grizzlies and Allen Iverson being not satisfied and unhappy about the entire situation.
The Grizzlies' long pursuit of Allen Iverson may finally be coming to an end, as Iverson making the announcement within the last hour via his personal Twitter account. Here is what Iverson posted. God chose Memphis as the place that I will continue my career. I met with Mr. Hinesley, the owner, Chris Wallace, the GM, and my next head coach, Lionel Hollins. Again, that is from Allen Iverson on his Twitter account within the last hour or so.
Score, he can put some points on the board, as we talked about, number 16 on the all-time list. And you got to make him stay at home on defense. He loves to play the passing lanes, and he gets in there real quick and disrupt your offense. And what about his tenure with the Grizzlies? He just got there this year, and already he's upset. He was asked last week, I guess, about how's your hamstring? He said, well, it's fine, but my butt is sore.
The Memphis Grizzlies and Allen Iverson have seemed to part ways. Iverson has been granted a leave of absence to attend what has been called a personal matter. This is the personal matter. AI doesn't want to be there, and he doesn't want to come off the bench.
Alright, you guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I guess I'll see you next time. Peace and out.